Okay, welcome back. Question 1.4. So this is a really simple one-line wordy question, which is actually a simultaneous equation in disguise. Okay. Now, this is why I want you to learn how to do simultaneous equations, because you're not going to get two equations written explicitly. You're going to get a context. In this case, we're looking at meerkats and otters in the zoo. And I'm going to ask you to find out how many of each there are using algebra, simultaneous equation, right? So let me just read the question. The total number of meerkats and otters in a zoo is 48, okay? And the ratio of meerkats to otters is 1.5. So a lot of things going on there. I've got the total of meerkats and otters. I've expressed them as a ratio, okay? So we'll get to that in a second. And I want you to tell me how many meerkats and otters there are. Okay, so let's go through this and let's write this out explicitly. Okay, so let's just define a few things, right? So meerkats. Oh, I always do that. Oh, meerkats. Let's call them M. Okay, otters. O. Now I told you two things. I told you that the total number of meerkats plus otters is equal to 48. Wow, that looks suspiciously like an equation to me. It's equation number 1. Okay. I've also told you that the ratio of meerkats to otters is equal to 1 to 5. So I've expressed that as a ratio. That is the same as saying M over otters is equal to 1 over 5, okay? Which means that M is equal to, how do I want to do this? Yeah, I'm going to keep that as it is, right? I'm not going to be fancy here. I'm not going to try and confuse you. That is equation 2. So I've got my two equations. Let us solve those simultaneously. Right now, don't care how you do this. I'm going to show you the way I would do it. My brain does weird things sometimes, so you might not want to do this way. You might have your own method. Absolutely fine, okay? But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say from 1. I'm going to rewrite this in terms of M. I'm going to take the number of otters over, okay? And then I'm going to substitute into 2, okay? So this is going to go into here, right? Let's do that. So I've got 48 minus 0 all over, sorry, it's not 0, otters, don't make that mistake. That's equal to 1/5. Okay? Shouldn't have used an O really, should I? Never mind, we'll carry on. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to expand out, okay? So I'm going to divide every term in these brackets here, in this expression, by O. So I've got 48 divided by the number of otters, minus O over O, otters over otters, that's just equal to 1 because they cancel out, and that's equal to 1/5, right? And then, what can I do then? I can rearrange this. So I basically want to get this term on its own, right? Still got a bit of work to do here. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one over. So 48 divided by the number of otters is equal to 1/5. Add 1 to both sides to get rid of this 1. That's 1, which is actually equal to 5 over 5. So I can add these fractions. That's giving me 6 over 5. Okay. Now I can express that in terms of both. So I basically got to flip this now. So I got O on the bottom. Let me rewrite this so it's a bit clearer. Okay, I want to just get it as something that looks like that. All right. Now in this scenario, what we're actually going to do is we're going to multiply both sides by O. That's essentially the same as taking this to the top on the right-hand side and this to the top on the left-hand side, okay? Or I can just flip them up like this. So I can go O over 48 is equal to 5 over 6, okay? And then, to get rid of the 48, I'm just going to go otters equals 5 over 6 multiplied by 48. So I've taken the divisor here over to the right and I've multiplied it. Okay, now what's 5 times 48? I don't know. You'll have to do that in your calculator. Let's have a work it out. 5 times 48. 5 times 48 divided by 6, I know, is 40. You should prove that to yourself on a calculator, right? So the number of otters is equal to 40. So I've already solved for the number of otters. Now let's solve for M. Right, so now I've just got to go back to my original expression for X. Remember, I wrote this out, and I'm going to plug in O. So let's go down. What did I say it was? M is equal to 48. Is that right? What did I say that was? 48 minus otters, that's right. 48, this is actually really easy. So M is equal to 48 minus 40, which means, of course, the number of meerkats is 8. Okay,